Gwen just got a massive buff, which I think is getting a little bit overlooked. So today I want to make a comparison with the Perma-Brew actually and see if we can kind of make the argument that Gwen is, at least for the price, a little bit maybe even better than the Perma-Brew Alchemist. So honestly, a lot of changes happening in the latest update and I'm just taking it one step at a time. I don't even know where to start from, but today I wanted to check out Gwen because she got some really interesting buffs and I think that people might be a little bit overlooking these buffs and kind of underestimating what she can do now. So let me actually deal with round 15 first. I think just by upgrading this thing to like the 202, we should be able to hold on, and let's just start with the buffs. So the first thing that she got is that the heated up spears got increased to 100. Well, it didn't get increased, it didn't used to have a pierce cap, it was a duration limited, and now it has a pierce cap. And the reason why they did this is in the next one, which is that the the attack rate levels, level 12, 15, and 18, no longer reduce the heated up frequency. Okay, so let me explain that because I don't think that people know what this exactly means. So first off, Gwen has this level 4 ability which is called Heated Up. It's a passive ability, and every few seconds it creates a powerful blast wave of fire that pops balloons and adds fire to nearby monkeys' attacks. Now there are a lot of things about this thing that are just not being said in the description, a million things, and let me just start by going through them one by one. So first off, when they say it's every few seconds, it's actually every few attacks. It's every 40 attacks. So Gwen needs to attack 40 times, and every 40 attacks she's going to release a wave, and that wave is going to pop a couple of balloons around it. It's going to do like an Inferno Ring type of attack, and maybe we're gonna, yep, there we go, we just saw it right there. And then this attack is going to add fire. It's basically a buff which adds fire and it adds spears to nearby monkeys. Essentially what you guys need to know about this is that it only takes 40 attacks to proc the Heated Up now, and it's fixed at 40, and that's really important. So remember that number of 40 Gwen attacks. Now to explain to you guys why this change is really important, we're going to go into Sandbox just for a quick minute to show you guys what the Heated Up, or actually the new Heated Up threshold, means. So Gwen, as I mentioned, needs to attack 40 times in order for her to trigger the, let me just give them a little bit of extra attack speed, and yeah, she needs to attack 40 times in order for her to trigger the Heated Up buff. Now the problem with this buff was that, yeah, here we go. So you guys can see this icon, the attack zone is, well, we can't exactly see the attack zone, but yeah, it's getting buffed. And so this buff does not have 100% uptime, and so, but Gwen is only level 12, right? So if we give her level 15, or actually give her level 18 because she's a faster leveling hero, she's gonna get some extra attack speed by this. And if you take a look at the buff now, it is 100% uptime, and this is the exact reason why I think Gwen is actually really good now, because she can keep 100% uptime on her buff just by attacking, and then if you need it, you can trigger it passively by using the Firestorm, but that was always a thing. So now back to my Perma-Brew comparison. The Perma-Brew is a buff which, well, basically lasts forever, but the price tag on that thing is like $70,000, and let me just buy an Alchemist. Let me just have the Alchemist, like, I think it was just gonna have it like this, so it buffs Gwen as well. And what the Perma-Brew gives is, essentially, it gives +1 damage, it gives 3 pierce, it gives a little bit of attack speed, a little bit of extra range, and then a little bit of extra damage versus ceramics and Moabs. Now the Gwen Heated Up buff gives +1 damage as well on level 17. It gives +1 pierce, but it also gives +2 damage versus lead balloons, and it allows all these sharp towers to sharp projectile towers to pop lead balloons, which is essentially like an MIB village. Now I also did a little bit of sandbox testing, and I was like, you know, because they increase the damage onto just the heated up, I don't even know how to call it, like the heated up wave, I guess, that gets released whenever she hits 40 attacks. So I was like, wait a minute, can I just give her so much attack? Yeah, that thing. So I was like, can I give her so much attack speed that eventually she's gonna be like a mini Inferno Ring, like a mini Ring of Fire, something like that, because she attacks so fast and it just keeps triggering around her? And the answer is no. The answer is no to that thing, but you know what? As long as the uptime of the heated up buff is 100%, that is the only thing that we need. So let me just have the cocktail like this in the middle. And are we even gonna need it, honestly? We do not need this thing. And the only thing that we're waiting currently is for Gwen to start hitting her attack speed levels, which are 12, 15, and 18. So the first huge increase in the heated up uptime is gonna be when she hits level 12. But keep in mind, you know, I showed you guys a sandbox test, and we did not have an Alchemist in that sandbox test. So this Alchemist is gonna give her like a little bit of extra attack speed, plus the village. And so the uptime should be, at least the triggering should be a little bit more than usual. And so here we go, here we're level 11. We're gonna see around 63 in a second, so you guys know that this thing is gonna obliterate it, but an important fact that this thing, that the heated up buff gives, is that it gives a little bit of extra pierce, and that's what the attack zone needs by itself. Okay, so we have around 63 incoming in a second. Gwen is still level 11, and if we do not defeat these guys, I might even actually buy the level manually, but we seem to be dealing with... Okay, so let me just trigger the heated up now. You can trigger it, by the way, by using the level 10 ability. So we have the buff right now, and then... Oh no, Well, I was a little bit early on that thing, but we still deleted the ceramic wave. So we're gonna have one more incoming, which we can absolutely deal with, it seems like. And after these BFBs, we're gonna hit level 12 onto Gwen. So let's just kind of try and take note on how active the buff is going to be. So she gets a tiny bit of attack speed increase. I actually don't know how much of an increase we're getting, but this is, I think, definitely a noticeable difference. So the buff just expired, she keeps attacking, and there's a little bit of a pause with the balloons coming out, and that's exactly. But at the same time, you don't even need the buff when the balloons are not on the screen, so I guess it kind of balances out. Okay, so now this round 69 and round 70 are rounds in which just balloons never stop coming, and they're just like huge waves of balloons. So what I'm saying is that Gwen's gonna be attacking at all times, and usually I skip these rounds because there's you know, nothing to be done. But in this specific video, we actually want to see how often this buff triggers. So I'm gonna keep my mouse like this onto the tank zone, and the buff disappeared, and oh, it's back up. Okay, that was kind of fast, honestly. Let's just see when it's gonna disappear. So it's out, and then Gwen is still attacking, which is really important, and boom, it's back on. Okay, and that's only level, oh my god, that's only level 12. Okay, so at level 15, this might even become, it's probably not gonna be like 100% uptime at level 15, but it's gonna be really close to it, and then it's gonna be 118, right? Okay, so very important rounds and levels actually incoming, because Gwen is level 14. We're gonna have around 75, a bunch of balloons incoming, and then she's gonna be level 15 and kind of soon in the 70s. So let's see how we do on this one. She can pop lead balloons, which is just something that, again, even if you're struggling, like let's say you're going for you know, the bottom pet tack and you need a little bit of lead popping power, she can also pop a couple of the camos with the cocktail, which even though she herself does not have any camo detection, the cocktail can see camo balloons. So I don't know, guys, this is like a very nice combo. Let me just have the mouse over onto the tag zone, and so both of them are attacking. The buff is out, okay, and now there's a BFV incoming, and the buff is back in. Oh my god, this thing is super fast, and she's level 14. And yes, the second after we deal with this huge wave of VFVs, she's going to hit level 15. She's going to get a little bit of attack speed, and I think that is the very important level that we're looking forward to. So it's going to be now. Oh, one more Moab. And then look at this thing, round 78 incoming with the huge waves of ceramic balloons. That's just perfect. Okay, so she got a little bit extra attack speed, and let's just see how we're doing with the uptime onto this heated up buff. So I'm really tempted. So the buff is on, okay, and she keeps attacking. It's still on. And it's still on, and it's still on. Okay, so now this should be the perfect round, because this just has a bunch of rainbows which are coming out non-stop. So now let's watch the uptime onto the heated up buff. So the icon is up, and it is, oh my god, that's like almost 100%, right? It's down, and it's up immediately. This is insane. Okay, so at level 15, it's almost 100%. That's crazy. Yep, almost 100% uptime. I mean, that's just insane, guys. Come on. She does have an alchemist, which is like 17.6% attack speed, and that's like another 17.6% attack speed from the village. But these are just normal things that you would normally have in a game. It's not like we're overclocking or something like that to get the, you know, to bump up the numbers. Okay, huge Moab wave, and I'm actually going to overclock Gwen, so she attacks a little bit faster. Let's see if this is going to, we were at like 95% uptime on the buff, and let's see if we're gonna reach 100, and I think we have. Yup, this is 100% uptime on the buff, and it's not even funny. But normally, you know, you wouldn't overclock Gwen. Normally, I wouldn't overclock Gwen. I would overclock the tag zone, and she is going to reach level 17 first off, which is really important. So the monkeys are going to be able to up one extra layer. That's plus 1 damage, and then plus 2 damage to lead balloons. So those DDTs are actually going to be taking plus 3 damage, and that's only from Gwen. And by the way, this enables the buff enables the tag zone to pop DDTs, which is just insane. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to get the ultra boost, and I'm going to ultra boost this thing at basically as many times as possible before the game ends. Oh, let me just use the overclock now, because things are getting a little bit dicey. And she is going to be level 18 onto the next round. So that's going to be around 90 just for the DDTs, just in time. And that is when I think that without doing anything, the buff is going to finally have 100% uptime. So let's just watch. So here she is. She just got the level. And let me just watch this thing. So as long as she's attacking, so there we go. We got the buff. And now, as long as Gwen is attacking, this buff should never end. And I think, oh, it ended, but I guess the round stopped. Okay, never mind. Okay, so she just keeps attacking this round. We should be able to see it on this round, by the way. She just keeps attacking, and the buff is, yeah, you guys look at this. This icon is not going anywhere, which means that we have finally, on level 18, achieved 100% uptime on the heated up buff. So as long as Gwen is attacking, this buff is fully 100% active. And you know, even though this is kind of a nice map for the tag zone, we should not be taking this light. Like, we should not be messing around, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So let's just deal with this thing. Here comes the ultra. Oh no, I'm $200 off. Okay, so let's just buy it now. We're gonna have some DDTs, by the way, and we're not worrying about DDTs. Do you guys know why? Because of the heat up. Yes, I love this thing actually. You know, the problem with the Ultra Boost is, again, you can only Ultra Boost 3 times per round, so I'm not even sure we're gonna get to 10 times. We're gonna go as much as possible. I should also be buying some support towers, by the way, because these rounds are no joke. So let me just Ultra Boost this thing, and let's see how we do. So the buff is still active. I mean, I can still see the icon up top, and it's not going away, is it? I mean, if you can see something going away, that's the alg buff getting spent. And yes, this is just like a normal tag zone, which is just eating up round 94. I mean, that's insane. And now look at this thing. DDT's incoming. No lead popping power, but no problem actually, because, well, I'm not gonna mention it again, but it's this little icon right here. Yeah, that's the thing. And if you just kind of run out of the buff for some reason, you can just use the Firestorm ability, and that is going to add the heat up onto your towers. I feel like this is a really significant change, and I feel like this, you know, it's still, when you compare the buffs side by side with the Perma-Brew is obviously better. But the thing is that Gwen only costs like, what, $700, $800 in chimps mode, and you get all of this thing for free, basically. Oh, we just leaked the blue balloon. Is that it? Is this like, oh my god, we just leaked the blue balloon. I can't believe this thing. Okay, that's gonna be fine. But yeah, the fact that you get all of this for free, basically, by just buying a single hero is just insane to me. So, and I think the Gwen just has a huge value, especially for strategies that include like fire, which are towers that she... Oh, wait a minute. Alright, so that was probably the saddest loss. So I'm just going to use the cocktail. And yeah, we should be able to lead these rounds no problem, because the cocktail actually does get stronger as she levels. And there we go. That wasn't even close. And if you guys are noticing, I don't have any support towers. Well, not any slows or any stuns. So normally you would have something like, I don't know, like a Relentless Glue or something like that. And we do have the money for it. We have a bunch of cash, and we have 7 Ultra Boost stacks onto this thing. But we are leaking a little bit of balloons, and you know what? It would have been just too good if, you know, this was everything that you needed. All right, so let's fix this thing. Let's get a 042 glue on the side. This is gonna be +2 damage for attack zone. It would have been too good to be true, guys. I'm gonna be honest, but I think that we would kind of sort of fix the problem. I'm just gonna start getting ready for a spike storm for the battle round 100. And let's see how much of a difference the glue plus the I guess we bought 2 glues. I was gonna say the glue and the boomerang, but we just bought 2 glues, so I'll just use the ability now. We do have the Gwen's Firestorm, but I'm kind of saving that, which I probably should use right now. And then we are gonna have an Ultra Boost in a second. Let's use it. And oh my god, don't tell me we're gonna lose to these guys. Oh, look at Gwen's attacks. Yo, those were just stray attacks. Yup, that was amazing. That was very good. Okay, so let's get the Spike Storm. Are we gonna need the White Hot Spikes? I don't think that we are, right? Let's just not buy it, but let's do buy something like, if I can find a spot for it. I like to buy a just like a 4th tier ice, just because it works well with all the towers and screens. So let's just go like, where do I want to have this thing? Like maybe right here, honestly. Let's just have it like this. Let's just buy a 410 ice, and when everything comes near, so we are at 9 stacks. So let me just watch the uptime for one last time onto this, and it's still 100% uptime. So let's use all of our abilities, and let's use the cocktail, and that is the brand new heated up, which with this insane with basically this insane uptime that it has, it is so much more reliable, and it's just so good to have in a game. And yeah, I think Gwen was awesome anyways, but I think she's you know, even more awesomer now. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one.